You don't choose what videos you watch. Your brain does. Before logic, before curiosity, before you even realize it's happening. A hook has already decided whether you stay or scroll. And here's the uncomfortable part. The most effective hooks don't inform you. They manipulate ancient survival systems that evolved long before YouTube existed. Today, I'm going to show you the dark psychology behind why hooks work, why they feel irresistible, and why, once you see this, you'll never watch videos the same way again. The most powerful force behind hooks is cognitive tension. Your brain hates incomplete information. This is called the Zeigarnik Effect. When something is left unfinished, a sentence cut short, a thought interrupted, a promise left hanging, your brain treats it like an open wound. That's why phrases like, "Most people don't realize this," "Nobody talks about why this works," "This changes everything you think you know," feel impossible to ignore. They create psychological debt, and your brain will pay almost any price to close that loop, including your time, attention, and emotional energy. Hooks don't rely on curiosity alone. They rely on threat detection. Your brain evolved to prioritize danger over comfort. Missing a threat once could mean death. Missing entertainment never mattered. That's why hooks framed around loss outperform hooks framed around gain. Examples? You're doing this wrong. This mistake is ruining your channel. If you ignore this, it gets worse. Even when there is no real danger, your brain treats the possibility of loss as urgent. Fear sharpens attention. Fear narrows focus. Fear keeps you watching. This is loss aversion, and it's one of the most exploited psychological levers in modern content. Another dark truth: your brain prefers confidence over correctness. When a hook sounds absolute, calm, assertive, unapologetic, your brain assumes authority. Phrases like, "Here's why." The real reason is, "This is what's actually happening." Trigger cognitive offloading. Instead of analyzing, your brain says, "Someone else has already done the thinking." This is why hooks that sound certain outperform hooks that sound curious. Confidence feels safe. Certainty feels efficient. And your brain loves efficiency. The most dangerous hooks don't target information. They target identity. Examples. Smart people do this differently. Most creators never figure this out. If you understand this, you're already ahead. These hooks force an internal question. Is this about me? Once identity is involved, scrolling away feels like self-rejection. Your brain stays not to learn, but to protect its self-image. This is why hooks that imply status, intelligence, or insider knowledge create obsessive watch behavior. Here's the irony. The smarter your hook sounds, the worse it performs. Complex language forces thinking. Thinking slows emotion. Emotion is what keeps people watching. That's why the most effective hooks are short, blunt, slightly unsettling. They feel too simple, which is exactly why they work. Your brain doesn't want brilliance. It wants clarity under pressure. The ultimate purpose of a hook isn't clicks. It's temporal distortion. When a hook works, you don't decide to keep watching. You forget you're watching. This happens when stakes are implied. Early information is rationed, not dumped. Each sentence promises something just out of reach. Your brain enters a seeking loop. Dopamine spikes not when you receive answers, but when you anticipate them. That's why great hooks don't explain. They pace. They drip-feed certainty. They withhold closure. They stretch attention just enough to keep you locked in. The next time a video stops your thumb, ask yourself, was I curious? Or was I manipulated? Because now that you know how hooks work, you're no longer just a viewer. You're part of the system. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now, here's the part most creators don't want to admit. Hooks don't work because audiences are stupid. They work because human cognition is predictable. Every scroll is a split-second psychological test. Every hook is a trigger. Every pause is engineered. Once you understand this, you stop chasing virality and start controlling attention.